Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a tutorial on this look. This is a Becky G makeup tutorial recreation, and we are using products from the Colourpop promo picture, and it's her Salvaje collection. So we're gonna be using the eyeshadow palette, and this is the only palette we use for the entire look. It's a really dramatic editorial look. I tried to kind of tone it down, make it a little bit more wearable for daytime, but at the end of the tutorial, I'll also discuss other ways you can really amplify it, make it more dramatic, or tone it down a little bit for something that you might feel a little bit more comfortable in, just to make it a little bit more wearable for everyday life. But other than that, I'm really excited to share this collection with you guys and just show you how to recreate this look. So please subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay updated whenever I upload new videos, and come follow me on Instagram because that's where I am when I'm not on my channel. I always say that, but yeah. Okay guys, let's get into the tutorial now. So the look we're gonna be creating today is the look from the actual like promo photo. It would help if I was holding it right side up. It's a really sultry, sexy, red smoky eye. I literally just got this collection in the mail like an hour ago. It came this morning. So we're gonna be filming it today. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty because I saw other people unboxing the collection on their Instagrams and they got a bottle of Patron in their box. I didn't get Patron in mine, and tequila is literally my favorite. It's almost always the only thing I'll drink. So I was really looking forward to that bottle of Patron. Didn't get it. It was a slight downer. Anyway, moving on, we are gonna actually start with the eyes because there's potential for a lot of fallout. Marc Jacobs eye primer. Just gonna pop that on the eyelids. I'm gonna blend it out with my fingertips. Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. I'm using this to really blank out the canvas of my eye so that the colors really pop and they have something super sticky to grip to. I'm not fully convinced that these are the only shadows she's wearing on her lids because look at this part. It's like so coral and bright, and I just don't see a super bright shade aside from Lola, but I don't know. We're gonna make it work, guys. So I'm gonna start off with that shade Carmelo, and we're gonna pop that into the crease. That'll be our transition. Next, I'm gonna go in with that shade Malbec, and I'm gonna pop this in the crease as well. Mostly concentrating it on the outer corner of the eye, softly blending it, and I'm also gonna like pull it into the outer corner as well. Really making sure to keep everything nice and blended as I go, because I want everything to be nice and hazy. Okay, then we're gonna take Sangria, and that is gonna go right on top of Malbec to just intensify it and also make it a little brighter. I'm gonna pull it in just slightly further, just right there on the eye. And again, you wanna make sure you keep everything nice and blended. When you're working with matte shades, you really do wanna keep blending as you go. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend out the edges, still using that Sangria shade, just kind of bringing the color slightly higher so that we get a little bit more drama, because her color is brought pretty high up on the eye, so I just wanna make sure that I'm pulling it up a little bit more. Okay, next we're gonna go in with that bright coral shade Lola, popping that all over the eyelid. See, I'm just still not fully convinced that this is the only color she has on her eyelid. I just feel like it's not as bright. But they could have just like brought out the orange in post-editing, you know what I mean? Like they could have just made it pop a little bit more. Okay, so next we're gonna take this shade called Celosa, and that is gonna go on top of Lola in the inner corner of the eye. And you're gonna kind of pull it up, like right in this area of the eye, because you really wanna make that show the shimmer too. And then I'm gonna stop on the eye like right about here, because on this small area right here, we're gonna take that shade Patrona, and that is gonna go right on top. And you're just gonna pat that right there. I'm going back into Sangria, and I'm using this to kind of intensify the outer corner one more time because I really want to make sure that it's nice in that like plummy wine shade right in that area. So I'm just kind of going back and like further deepening it. I'm gonna take the shade Luna to highlight our brow bone. Now we need to start working on the face because honestly this looks kind of freaky without any base makeup on, and then we'll go and do final blendage and like last minute touch up. I'm gonna take the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion in 901, which is Fair Glow, and I'm gonna pop this all over the face. This one is a light pearlescent pink. For my foundation, I'm gonna be mixing the Cover FX Power Play foundation in the shade G60 with my YSL Touche Éclat Glow foundation in BD20. I'm just gonna blend this in with my IT Cosmetics brush. I'm gonna pop a little bit more on the corners of my nose for extra coverage in the eye area too, just like that. To conceal, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix 24-hour concealer. I'm using the shade NC30 just for some added brightness. I'm gonna pop this right down the center of the nose and then also under the eyes. This is like a really dramatically highlighted look. So I wanna stay true to that look and have like a lot of highlight going on. You guys can see it, like it's very highlighted in the center. But I'm also gonna put my own spin on it and make it a little bit less highlighted. I'm just gonna go in and start blending right now. That way it's not gonna be quite as intense. I'm taking the shade Lasting Brown from LA Girl, and that's gonna go in our waterline because she has like a really rich cocoa-y brown in there. I really think that she has the shade Sangria on the lower lash line, but just to make that a little bit easier of a blend, I'm gonna pop Carmelo right under that. Okay, now I'm gonna take Sangria and I'm really gonna try to nestle that into the lash line and just like blend it as close as possible without making your eyes water. So to set the under eyes, we're gonna use a little translucent powder. This one's from Cover FX. And I just use a really, really tiny, tiny bit. Basically whatever's in the lid, pick it up on a fluffy brush and just tap, tap, tap that right under the eyes. To set all the makeup on my face, I'm gonna use the Ilia powder in Waikiki Run. I'm just gonna tap a little in the lid. The name makes me miss Hawaii. I'm just gonna put this all over the skin just to lightly set our foundation. Okay, I'm dipping in the shade Estrella mixed with a little tiny bit of Lola. And that is gonna go right on this part of the eye. Just to put a little shimmer there and kind of finish off the eye. That's what we're gonna put right there. And then on my finger, I'll pick up Estrella and just pop that right on the very inner tear duct. Just right there. This is a pretty aggressively contoured look. It's a very dramatic one. So to kind of offset that, I'm gonna go in with bronzer first. So I'm just taking my NARS Casino on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to bronze up the skin before we go in and contour. So to contour, I'm gonna be using Hoola from Benefit, my favorite contour ever. And this is what we're gonna use to really chisel out the face and just make a little bit more dramatic of contours. And just kind of like really deepen up the perimeter of the face. All that stuff is what we're using Hoola for. I'm using the shade Call My Blush from the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blushes. This is just like a nice soft pinky shade. Her blush isn't really that apparent in the look, and this is just like a nice soft one that will always kind of look natural and it's not gonna compete too much. So to highlight, I'm using Becca Opal. Mine is super broken, super shattered, but one of my favorites nonetheless. So I'm just going to be buffing this into the high points of the face and really working it into the skin to get a nice highlight going. Whatever really lingers on the brush, I'll pull more into the center. This is Deepest Brown from LA Girl. And I'm gonna use this to intensify the outer corner of the eye because she does have quite a dramatic darkened outer corner. So I'm just gonna like blend this in that outer corner. I'm going back and forth between an angled brush to make sure it stays smoky and doesn't look too sharp. You want the intensity, but you don't necessarily want the precision. So now we're gonna dip our fingers into the shade Corona and just lightly pat that, super lightly pat that on the inner corner. And you'll see that Corona will just brighten up the look so much and really give you kind of like that brightened effect she has in the photo. But you just need a little bit. The lashes in this look are extremely heavy. So I'm gonna try to pile on a ton of mascara, see if we can kind of get a similar effect. First coat of mascara is going to be the Chanel Sublimage. This one's waterproof, so I'm gonna use this to kind of perk up all my lashes and keep them all up. Gotta wait till that dries and then I can flake it off. Okay, then I'm gonna take Dior Show to really bulk up all the lashes, and then they'll get really fat and flirty. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Lila Be A Glow face mist. Just gonna block my eye makeup. Okie dokie, so we need to line the lips. You really need lips with a look like this. It otherwise just looks kind of silly. So I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip pencil. Okay. So I don't actually know what lip color she's wearing in this, but I think it's one of these two. I think it's the Flora one, which is more orangey. Let's double check. Yeah, I definitely think this is the one she's wearing. All right, this is, I feel like I can't move my lips the way I normally do because I'm afraid this will crack because I haven't worn a liquid lipstick in so long. I'm like, how do you talk with a liquid lipstick on? This is the finished look, guys. See, I can't talk with this on my mouth. Okay. This is the finished look, guys. It's obviously very dramatic. I tried to make it a little bit more wearable. But if you want to make it even more dramatic and you really want to take the look there, oh my gosh, there's like a little itchy thing on my nose or something. Anyway, if you guys really want to take the look to the next level and make it super dramatic, the number one thing you can do is pop on some dramatic false lashes, like an Ardell Demi Wispy, something that's heavier on the outer corner, because that's really gonna kind of give you that like cat heavy lid effect. And then you can also strobe the face even more and make it even more metallic of a skin look. But I really think that mascara goes a long way, and I don't think you need false lashes just to finish off a look. I think if you just really pile on the mascara, you get a really nice effect as well. Yeah, guys, I think we nailed it. Like, I really think this looks like hers. I have a different eye shape, so a lot of times you don't really get to see all the lid action on my eye, because then when I close my eye, it just looks like this. You know what I mean? Like, on the opposite end of that, if you wanted to make this look more wearable, I think one of the biggest things you can do is lighten up on the skin, make the contour and highlight a little bit less aggressive. And you can also pair it with a gloss, which is what I would personally do. I would pair this with a nude fleshy gloss, and I would lighten up on the complexion products. But I did want to do like a little bit more of a dramatic look for you guys and try to keep the look as true to Becky G's as possible. But yeah, I really love this look, and I think it was fun to just do something super dramatic like this one. So if you guys have any questions regarding the collection or products used, technique, anything like that, be sure to hit me up in the comments down below. I would also love it if you would just hit me up in the comments down below and say hi, because I love talking to you guys. Please subscribe if you didn't earlier. Also, please be sure to come follow me on Instagram too. And other than that, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye, guys.